AUFA Adisucipto, and right now we are going to review and explain the parts of the aircraft right here.
The Dirgantara class is AS202 BRAVO.
Alright, as you can see here, we're currently sitting in the cockpit of this aircraft. So what is the cockpit? Basically the cockpit is a control cabin for a pilot and co-pilot to control the aircraft from the inside the thing. As you can see here, we've got plenty of instruments right there, from the indicator gauges, the levers, the joystick, and even the radios right here, and other switches as well. Right? Okay. So, the control cabin or crew compartment for this aircraft. This is where the pilot controls the aircraft from the inside. So, here, take a closer look. What I'm holding here is called the control stick. Some aircraft use the yoke configuration, but this one uses the joystick configuration. So, how does this work? So, basically, look, I'm giving it an input by moving the joystick like this, and you look at that. The input itself is being transmitted through a series of mechanical systems of cables and other parts, along with the actuators, to later result in the output of the movement of just control surfaces tanks. As you can see right there, with the aileron tabs. Now, let me show you how do I move the aircraft. I mean, change the direction in the 3 axes. Alright, so first in the pitch axis, when I pull this joystick closer to my body, the plane pitches up. You can see right there with the... But when I push it forward, the aircraft basically pitches down. Right now with the roll axis. So as I move this, stick side to side, moves the aileron tabs. Also, the aircraft to change angle is yaw axis. Lastly, take a look at there. It's got the rudder pedal, so this basically turns the aircraft in the yaw axis, as you can see on the tag right there. Okay, so the other instruments right here, we have the throttle. So this controls the aircraft's thrust output. For example, when you push it to the max, forces the engine to generate its maximum output, but when you pull it back to zero position or stable position, the power output will be decreased as we put in to zero. There are plenty much of other instruments here as well. You can see this here is a flap switch. It is used to move the flaps up and down, but unfortunately this one is locked. As you can see right there. Over the switch up and down, it remains in the same position, but that doesn't matter. Alright, we've got other things such as the gauges here. We've got the airspeed indicator, the knots. We have the artificial horizon to check the aircraft's alignment here according to its pitch and roll and yaw surfaces. Alright. Also, there's altitude indicator right here for your speed, bearing, fuel gauges, and much more. Alright, there are even some light switches right here, as you can see. So basically, the cockpit is a crew compartment and the control room of the aircraft. And this is from here is where the pilots control the aircraft as it flies, operate on the ground.
Okay, come on. Now this is aircraft fuselage. So if you can see, this part is connecting all other parts like wing, vertical stabilizer, horizontal stabilizer, the cockpit, and the engine of this aircraft is in the fuselage, in front of the fuselage. So the fuselage made with streamlined body shape to make aerodynamic. Like you can see, the air can flow like this. So pilot can be safe, not get more wind, big wind.
AS202 BRAVO propulsion system. Number 1, engine Lycoming O320, 4-cylinder ecolet, about 160 HP atau horsepower. Number 2, propeller, fixed pitch or constant speed, great thrust from engine rotation. And number 3, wing tanks. Pump. And carburetor engine. Number 4, air indication, air intake filter. Prep head. And supplies clean air. Number 5, indication, wall ventilators and spark plug, ignites the fuel mixture. Number 6, cooling, air coolant cylinder. Number 7, lubrication with some oil system. Electrical. Number 1, starter. Number 2, indicator. Number 3, battery.
Alright, now follow me. Let me explain you about the wings that generate the lift force of the aircraft. Follow me. Alright, now take a look from here, from this position, as I explained. Alright, let me remove the sand. Alright, so this is the wing of the aircraft. How does it work? How does it generate lift? Well, there are 2 ways of generating lift. First, by generating a thrust directed upwards against the gravitational pull. But with that, of course, you will need some fuel energy. But with the wings, you don't need fuel to generate lift. But how does it actually work? Well, take a look from here. You see at this teardrop-like shape, it's called airfoil. So what is an airfoil? It's the shape that manipulates airflow to create lift. How? By splitting the air into 2 components. That's the top and the bottom. The top one has a higher velocity, while the lower one has a lower velocity but higher pressure. This high pressure creates force that lifts the airplane up. Also, there's something in physics called the Coanda effect, which is the tendency of a fluid to flow over a curved plane. That's it.
Come on guys, now here we go to the navigation light. So the navigation light has 3 colors in this aircraft. The red was left side of wingtips like this, and the right side on the wingtips has color green, and one again in tail, you can see behind the radars. So what's the function of this component? So this component helps other pilot and ground controller to know direction and orientation of this aircraft. So it can minimize collision between this aircraft with other aircraft.
AS202 BRAVO fuel system. Number 1, use gas 100 until 130 liters. And number 2, has 2 wing tanks, left and right. And number 3, total capacity is about 87 liters or 23 used gallons. Number 4, fuel consumption is about 14 used gallon per hours.
Okay. Now we go to the next aircraft part. This is aircraft landing gear. This aircraft has a configuration recycle landing gear. If you can see, it's a landing gear and there's 2 main landing gear under the wings. So what's the function of this landing gear? This landing gear is the function has to support the aircraft when the aircraft in ground operation like taxiing and other. And this landing gear is to prevent this aircraft hitting the ground when the aircraft was landing. So if you can see, this has a hydraulic system just to absorb impact when the aircraft touch the runway when this aircraft landing.
Okay, here I will discuss aircraft component. Especially in the empennage section, the empennage itself has one component in the horizontal and vertical stabilization. On the horizontal stabilization, there is an elevator with function to control the aircraft upward and downward movement. It is usually used during landing and takeoff.
Also, you can see here, before the wings also functions as the platform to place the control surface types. Now here for the primary control, we've got the aileron, and here for the secondary, we've got the flaps that provide extra lift during takeoffs, but also extra drag force during landings. And that's it.
When the vertical stabilizer, there is rudder with function to control aircraft left and right movement. Usually uses the aircraft is on the runway as well the air. Thank you.
Alright, that's it for our video explanation. If we have done mistakes or errors in our video, then we would like to apologize. And thank you for watching.
Thank you.